Hello, welcome everyone to Accelerate to Profits with Virtual Events. I'm Justina Nielsen, your host, and I have a very special guest for you, Kristen Miller. I invited her today because she is the digital course expert and she wants to help our summit and virtual event builders to know more about building e-courses as part of the virtual event process. Welcome, Kristen. Please tell us, who do you help and with what?
Well, thank you for inviting me. I'm super excited to talk to you, your audience today. My name is Kristen Miller. I'm a digital course coach. I help women, female entrepreneurs who work online, create and sell digital courses so that they can reach more people with their message.
That's awesome. Have you always been doing it, how did you start out in this? What made you choose this topic?
Well, it's a funny story. I love telling this story because I got started in 2014. I was a blogger. I got into the blogging world because I wanted to leave my 9-to-5 job. And so I started off as a blogger. I learned more about digital products because I wasn't making very much money with ads on my blog. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to make more money. So I started looking into digital courses. Then I started learning about funnels. I started a funnel agency and built digital courses and funnels for other people. And then in 2019, I launched my own digital course called the Get It Together Girl System. And I grew that course to over six figures in less than a year. And ever since then, I've been hooked, and I've been trying to teach other female entrepreneurs how to do it so that they can make more money in their business too. So, I mean, I really love digital courses because they can do so much.
Wow, I just love that. What a success. Get it together,
yeah,
girl. What was the course about?
So it was connected to my blog at the time, which was called Practical Mommy. So it was a blog about productivity tips and hacks for moms. And the Get It Together Girl system was like a digital planning system for moms to organize their life better.
I can see your mind. You're good at organization, digital organization, and you kind of like a planner. I can see why that translated to I love that, and it's so on topic because of course I'm also scaling through virtual course creation or digital course creation, and a lot of my clients, coaches and entrepreneurs who offer digital services or coaching services know that that's like the way to scale your business. Right? That's the whole purpose.
Yeah.
So what do you see as benefits? Maybe you can expand on this one, or do you see any other benefits of having an e-course?
I mean, the main benefit is that you can reach more people without spending more time. And that's really the thing, because like as online entrepreneurs, we're capped in the number of hours that we have to work in the day. So especially if you're working one-to-one or even with a group program, there's only so much you can do. But by having a DIY course, you create it once and then you sell it over and over and over again. I mean, I was selling the Get It Together Girl system for years and it was still profitable. I don't sell it right now because I've rebranded, but there's no reason that I couldn't, rebrand it and sell it again. So it's really leveraging your time so that you can reach more people, make more money. I mean, that's why I think like everyone online should have a digital course.
Right. I mean, really. So who is it for? I mean, I know for this purpose of this audience, we have a lot of service providers or entrepreneurs, coaches who already have a talent they want to coach. Is it just for them, or is like who else can have an e-course?
Like, I really think that it could work for anyone. I specifically work with coaches and service providers who have like a method that they use with their clients, because then you can like systematize your method and really scale that. But really, it could work in any industry. If you have something that your clients or customers need to know at a certain point, like in the beginning, then you could sell a course about it. Like people who work in other industries, like if you create a course about what your clients need to know before they hire you, that would be the perfect kind of thing.
I love that. Yes. Let's just say I have an idea. And I have a method and I can teach someone that. How long would it take me to create an e-course? Because I feel like it's such a long process. And
right. That's a great question because it really varies. It could take one person a week to create, and it could take another person months and months. A lot of it has to do with your mindset in creating it, where you personally get stuck. There are some phases that we all go through when we create a course where we're just creating it, then we're building it, then we're launching it. But one of the best ways to do it fast is if you plan your course and you create your outline, and then you sell it before you actually create it. And then you can offer it as a live course, record it, and then for everyone else coming afterward, they get the recordings. And that's a great way to test your market, to make sure that it will sell without wasting a bunch of time. And it's a great way to involve your audience, because they get the benefit of going through it live with you the first time, so that you get all the social proof that'll help you sell it later.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, so it's a really great way to start, especially if you just want to get a fast running start. All you need is that really detailed outline, so that you know what you're going to go through, the client knows what they're going to get, and then do it live.
Schedule dates and have it live.
Yep.
And then record while you're teaching. Yes, I
Yeah.
love that solves a lot, because I mean, I should say I did create a new course. I just haven't sold it yet.
That's okay too.
Yes, it is. I mean, it was a great lesson learned, and that's just version 1, right? Like I didn't I actually didn't try to sell it. Never really flopped, because I never actually put it out there, because I realized that actually this is not what I want, and I don't think this is what my audience wants. It was a little bit different than what the real pain point was. And I was wishing, I'm like, yes, I wish I would have done more research prior to like recording it, basically.
Yeah.
Because it's still the same. I'm still teaching my skills. It's just how I'm teaching it. It's a little bit different. And so do I make it a waiting list, or can I just put a price for the e-course and have people sign up for it before the live dates?
It really depends on your audience and who you're speaking to. If you have a large audience that's ready to buy, then you can just put it out there right away. If you're growing your audience, if you don't have an audience or an email list to start, what I suggest is a little bit different. So there's a way that I use low ticket digital courses with a lead magnet in front of them, to create a course so that you're making money as you build your audience. Wow. So a lot of times people start building their audience with a freebie, because they think at some later date they're going to launch a course, right? Yes. In 6 months or however long they think it takes them to grow their audience. But the problem with that is that an audience goes stale really quickly once they get on your email list, if there's not something to purchase or the next level to get to. So the process that I use is, I call it the lead bundle. It's kind of, it takes what we already do, which is the lead magnet, but it takes it to another level where you have a low ticket digital course right after that, and then a few other upsells in the funnel. So you're bringing in people with your freebie, but you're selling them something right away. And then once they're through that, then you can sell them your higher ticket course.
Yes, because they've already learned something. Now they've built trust. You've delivered on something that wasn't a big investment. So you're building the trust. And now they were like, okay, if she teaches, and especially I think if you over deliver by compared to what you promised, like, okay, if for like, I don't know, $100, she's giving me this much. I can't imagine how much she's giving me for $1,000, right? Because it was so good. Now I want to learn so much more. So what is considered a low ticket or what do you call it? A low ticket course?
Yeah, low ticket courses are usually under $50, but then you have a couple of upsells in the funnel so that your total cart value that someone could purchase through there is over $100 total.
That's the bundle, right?
Yeah, well, the bundle is the first step, which is under $50. And then you have an order bump and an upsell, which will take it over 100.
Yes, I love that bundle. Yes, because that makes
and that's how you make more money and more profit, by selling a low ticket, because you offer them a few more things before you say goodbye.
I know Amazon does it all the time. All the stores do it all the time. What else would you like? What else would you like with that? I think McDonald's started that, right?
Domino's does it.
Yeah, and it is really a way to say, like, if it's aligned and it's a tool they like and it goes together, like it makes
Yes.
sense for people, right? It's not like you're
Yeah.
trying to squeeze them with something they don't want. It's like, hey, I see you like this. This is also that works together. It might make it better, easier, faster, whatever it is,
Yeah.
the benefit.
That's really key when you're doing funnels, is that it's directly aligned to the next thing that they need. Because if you
Yeah.
kind of go off left field, they're not going to purchase it. They're going
Thank
to be,
you. Thank you.
yeah,
I've seen the same thing. I'm like, okay, my freebie is a meditation or something else. And I'm leading them to, I don't know, an e-course on baking or
yes,
confidence on camera or something unrelated. As like, I love your meditation offer as a freebie, like after sign up is like, hey, would you like one, or whatever. But that does not relate to what
yeah.
you're teaching.
Yeah, and that's why like thinking it through as you go is really important, kind of like planning it out with the end in mind, because also once they get through that funnel, then you're going to offer them the big course. And you don't want your funnel to be about meditating and then the big course is like fitness, right?
Yes.
Totally different.
Okay. Yes. Perfect sense. And I think I'm doing it. And when, yes, I am. I'm very much in topic. When it comes to the big course or the bigger offer, is there like a price recommendation that you have, or does it really depend on what they're offering?
It really depends on what you're offering, how it's being delivered, how much access there is to you. Like there's a lot of different factors. I really wouldn't go under $500. And then, the sky's the limit really, but it does depend a lot on like how you're going to launch it to them, how warm your audience is. And like I said, how much is included in the course.
So I'm looking down, I'm just writing all these good notes, like I said. You're so good.
Awesome.
So one of the things that I'm hearing you, I mean, what I'm hearing over and over from you, which I love, is strategy, right? Don't just put out an e-course, don't just have a lead magnet, don't just have an email. Like this all has to flow in a strategy, which is why I can see why you're a digital strategist coach. And I assume this is what you teach. You teach the strategy so that the e-courses actually work and sell, correct?
Yeah. I talk a lot about like the iceberg effect. Everyone sees the top of the iceberg of what everyone else is doing.
Like
especially with
the
this
lead magnet, right? That's the top of the funnel, right? Or whatever.
Everyone sees the lead magnet. They're like, okay, I need a lead magnet, but they don't see what's underneath that, all the other things.
For it to work.
Yeah, for it to work, exactly. Because just getting people onto your list is not working, right?
Yes.
The goal is sales.
I know, especially like in the old days, the way it used to be, right? When you had one email list, I have a newsletter, sign up, I have one email list, and everyone gets the same email every week, and no matter what they want or don't want. And what you start building is people are like, no, not interested, versus if you segmented it, right, in the first place, and send out different ones. And the same thing with e-courses and everything else. It has to be aligned with the product itself. So
because I just want to say the way people use email has changed.
Yes.
So when the lead magnet idea first came out, people were checking their email. They were signing up for things. They were getting value from it.
True.
They were buying things.
No longer.
No longer, because no one's checking their email. Everyone gets like 100 emails a day. So we can't wait for them to someday like you after like 50 million emails. Like you need to offer it right away. You just need to be faster with the offers. We just can't afford to wait for it anymore.
Yeah, I love that. So for this audience of summit builders specifically, we normally have, once a free online event, whether it's a one-day live show, pre-recorded, or a summit. After that event, when someone signs up for the event, on a second page called the thank you page, there's normally a paid offer to way to monetize for virtual event hosts at the event. And normally, from my experience, it's called a VIP or an upgrade, and includes a replay. And a lot of times that's all it is. Sometimes it's a replay with a phone call. And generally they're priced between like $29 and $49 during the summit. So it doesn't bring a whole lot of cash unless you really go for quantity, things like that. And what else would you recommend instead or in addition to that?
So this process is like just what I was explaining before, where your summit is now your lead magnet. So the free thing is the free ticket for the summit. And then you're offering the recordings. I think you should offer a couple extra bonuses, because I don't know if recordings is just enough, to make someone say yes to $50. Really, there's got to be more. So add a couple of bonuses in there, worksheets, workbook, something else. But then you have to have an order bump and an upsell. Same thing, same process as the other funnel. It's just a summit instead of a lead magnet. So the order bump directly aligned to whatever the summit's about. Like what's the next thing that they need to learn? Sometimes it could be audio recordings or maybe the workbook or something else that they need. And then after they say yes to that purchase, then the next page is an upsell. So that could be a bigger course, a DIY course. That could be just the outline to a course that you're going to do after the summit.
Yes.
Highly recommend that, because the reason that we're showing this there is because we have their attention. We want to keep their attention and offer them something else directly aligned. So if your summit is about, I don't know, how to do summits, then the
or
next
like
thing that
relationships.
Okay, if your summit is about relationships, and then maybe what you teach them is how to have a better relationship with their partner as the course. They're going to learn a lot of things about relationships in the summit, but then maybe your specialty is like romantic,
like a method, right?
More
like
your
a method. Yeah, because summit I feel like gives you like a sample of different methods and different topics that you get to put together that works for you. Then I'm like, okay, I'm ready like to dive in and do whatever it is, right? I mean, improve my relationships, I don't know, have more money via summits or via building or whatever that is. And then yes, I love that.
It also shows you off, because a lot of times with summit, we're focusing on so many different people, especially like as the host, you're there and you're providing the summit, but it's not the focus, right? Whereas the course that is the upsell, you're the focus. It's you. Yeah.
That's a very good point, because sometimes I come to summits because I know the speaker that brought me in and I have no idea who the host is because I've never heard of them before, which is the whole idea of building a list. It's great. Right. But then sometimes I can listen to the summit and I don't really know what the host does. Because all they're doing is asking questions and they're not teaching or presenting, right? So I'm like, okay, versus so most summit builders wait for the nurture sequence after the summit to introduce themselves. Oh, hey, you came to my summit. By the way, I'm a life coach. I'm a this coach. Here's what I do. Versus what I'm hearing you say is don't wait for the emails, because first of all, open rates are only in teens or 20s if you're good. So not everyone reads your emails. And two, their focus is different. They're distracted, right? When they're getting the email, there could be 5 other things happening later. And three, like you have their attention already because they already signed up. Their eyes are only on your page, and you get to establish yourself as an expert and have profits, accelerate your profits. Yeah. And if you are like pre-selling a live course, because I know creating a summit is a lot of work, right? You don't want to do both at the same time. Yes, it is. So all you have to do is just create your outline of what your course is going to be. Yes. Say, I'm going to do it live in 2 weeks after the summit. And then you can do a little bit more planning after the summit. Oh my gosh, this is like accelerating our summit, right? This is so much easier and faster than the 17 emails you're supposed to send out after the summit to convince your people to come to your next workshop or whatever it is. Like you have their attention right there. Why we're not doing that? Brilliant. I love that. One more question. I know there's a difference between coach and a consultant. So which one are you and what do you do or don't do? I mean, I would say I'm more of a coach because I teach people how to do this process. I see. I feel like a consultant would come in and pick things apart and maybe do it for you. Yeah. We do some of that as well. I do have an agency, but on the coaching side, it's strictly teaching you how to do it. I see. So there's a difference. Like you provide the strategy because you already have the expertise and the knowledge and experience. So you know what works, what doesn't. And then once you have the strategy, then you can hire either your team or someone else to just implement and build the actual course, right? Yeah, so I actually have a coaching program called the Lead Bundle Accelerator, where you learn this whole process. And there's also swipe files and funnel templates to make it faster and easier for you to do it yourself. Amazing. Well, speaking of offers, I know you have a gift for our audience, especially for our audience. Please tell us what it is.
So the gift is Lead Magnet Secrets, which is a freebie teaching you how to create lead magnets that actually work. There's a 4-step process that you have to have in your lead magnet to actually work that a lot of people bypass. And that'll set you up for success with your whole funnel by having a lead magnet that actually works at the beginning of it.
Yeah, don't just have a lead magnet. Remember the part that actually works, right?
Yeah.
That's the part.
Yeah.
I love that. So we'll have the link on Kristen's page, on the speaker page. We have the link for the gift available during our summit. And also, let's just say someone says, okay, I know I need you, or I know I need your expertise, or I need your knowledge. I know I need to build a course. I tried it and want help, or I haven't tried it and I just know I need help. Is there an offer or somewhere where you can send us as well?
So I do have a small course called Lead Magnet Legacy, which takes you from Lead Magnet Secrets to the next level, which is the first step of your funnel, which is a tripwire. It's broken out that way. So once you get Lead Magnet Secrets, you'll be offered Lead Magnet Legacy, which takes it to that next level.
Oh, I love that. Yes, you have to lead from that. Yes. So yes, if you want to build an e-course, that's great. And if you have an audience, you can go ahead and launch it, right? But if you are building an e-course and you don't have an audience yet, great. But also, I'm just thinking, like, even in general, right? Even if you have an audience, that's also a way to continue growing it.
Yeah, it really is the best way to grow your audience. But like, if you already have your audience and you can launch that big course, that's awesome. But having the lead magnet funnel that actually brings in money at the same time, it's almost a no-brainer. Like, why wouldn't you have that? Because we want to bring people into our business that are, have never met us before. So having that funnel that's working to bring in money at the same time, it's kind of a no-brainer.
Yes, I feel like it's like the employee that you don't have to pay, but it keeps working for you even when you're on the beach or sleeping.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
and you can use it, or you can use it organically by just putting out your freebie, or you can even run ads directly to the low ticket course. So it really is a beautiful system. And I recommend it for every female entrepreneur out there so they can grow their audience.
I love that. So if I was running ads, you think your advice is to run the ad to the small ticket course, not the lead magnet first?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I would run the ads directly to the lead bundle, the product that's for sale under $50, and not to the freebie itself.
Got it. That makes so much sense. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Kristen. It's been a pleasure and so much wealth information. I know our summit builders, virtual event builders, online shows builders, and hosts and speakers will enjoy it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for inviting me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's been my pleasure. And just before you go, one final word of advice. Any advice you'd like to our audience?
Don't wait. Start now. Put that paid product in there so that you can start making money as you grow your list.
That's great. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.